Hello everyone, this is Dawn at Plot Chronicles. Today I want to chat with you guys about one of the most confusing books I've read and probably one of my least favorite of Freida McFadden books. Let's get started. It's called The X, and at first I thought I really liked it, but then once it got to 3/4 into the book, I was really confused. And you know what? I honestly, it was kind of going back and forth with the timelines, and when I went and read reviews on it, a lot of people felt the same way. I'll just sum it up in a nutshell, but this isn't even the whole story. There's a girl named Cassie who meets a guy named Joel, okay? And Joel is a successful doctor. Cassie works at a bookstore, okay? Well, Cassie, who works at a bookstore, is basically, has an unsuccessful bookstore, and it's failing. It's not doing well. And so she's really struggling with money, I'll say that. Well, they seem to really like each other, but Joel had a previous relationship with a girl named Francesca. Well, Cassie seems to be getting stalked by somebody, and she thinks and assumes it's Francesca. I like that name. I can't even pronounce it. I think it's Francesca. Yeah, that's it. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. Anyway, so she thinks she's getting stalked by this girl. She thinks that somebody, went into her apartment and moved some things around. And she's noticing somebody wrote some unkind words in paint on her door, things like that. And so she thinks that's what's happening around. She thinks somebody's following her. But is it Francesca? You will find out later on in the book. But there's a lot of timeline jumping around. And this is the part that was confusing. I mean, it's an interesting book, but what's the part that's really confusing to me is that I didn't really understand the ending, and 3/4 through the book, they introduce a couple more characters, and you're wondering, what do they have to do with the book? And so I just found the book at the beginning was really interesting, and I was following along. I liked it until it got 3/4 through, and they introduced other characters, and then you didn't realize what was happening. So basically, I don't know if you guys have ever read a book that they started jumping back and forth with timelines, and it was hard to follow. That's kind of what this book was. I generally like Freida's books, but for some reason this one was really confusing, and I'm not the only one that thought so. Have any of you read The X by Freida McFadden? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And please come back tomorrow for a very quick announcement. Thanks, everybody. Love you. Bye.